I don't want this video to get downranked, so I'm not going to say explicitly what Steve Bannon has done here, but he is doing the salute that was similar to the one that Hitler did and Elon Musk just months ago. But I don't want that to overshadow what Steve Bannon is really revealing about Donald Trump and the Republican Party, because this is going to get all the attention. I'm going to show you this moment, but we can't overlook the fact that there is a civil war happening within the Republican Party and that Steve Bannon wants to try to take control of it for himself. Here is Steve Bannon, and not a lot of people have seen this video, talking about how he's against billionaires and people like Elon Musk, and he has had even more pointed things to say to New York Times. I'll show you in just a second after this.
I wish him a lot of luck, but I am not a transhumanist. I'm very anti-oligarch. There's certain things about the oligarchs, not just Elon, but also the oligarchs that the Bezos and Zuckerberg particularly, all these guys don't support us. And people have to understand, the CNN audience understand, they don't support MAGA.
Zuckerberg went on Joe Rogan, said how big a Trump fan he was. You're not convinced?
No, he's a criminal. What are you talking about? He put up $500 million to steal the election in 2020.
Okay, can we call him Sloppy Steve? Is that something we can start doing? I think we should start calling Steve Bannon Sloppy Steve, because what is this man wearing? But I think what Steve Bannon doing here is trying to create a rift between the billionaire class and normal MAGA people. They are mad the tech oligarchs have taken control of the MAGA movement, and Steve Bannon is trying as best he can to get that power back. And here he is at CPAC saying that he wants Donald Trump to be king for life.
The future of MAGA is Donald J. Trump. We want Trump in 28. That's what they can't stand. A man like Trump comes along only once or twice in a country's history, right? We want Trump. 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 We want Trump.
And this comes on top of the fact that Donald Trump is himself saying repeatedly, he's been doing this a lot. I think he's doing it because he doesn't want to be considered a lame duck president. I also think he's doing it to see if he can push the boundaries and see what's acceptable. But he is saying that he's questioning, can I run for a third term? Can I do that? I think it's a troll, but let's listen.
Now, I won't be happy the next time. Should I run again? You tell me. There's your controversy right there. There's your controversy.
It goes on to say in the parentheses here, this is at least the fourth time since the election that Trump has publicly floated the unconstitutional idea of a third term. And here is Steve Bannon, of course, also reflecting that viewpoint. I don't think they're saying it. I don't think they're saying it for fun. I really do think that they're trying to push the boundaries on what we can find to be acceptable. And I think they're doing that in other ways too, because Steve Bannon gave this salute at CPAC.
The only way that they win is we retreat, and we're not going to retreat. We're not going to surrender. We're not going to quit. Fight, fight, fight. Amen.
Bro. All right, I just want to watch this again because
we're not going to quit. Fight, fight, fight.
Honestly, if you're going to do it, it's so weak. This is Sloppy Steve is very weak with his salute here. If you're going to do it, put your whole body into it. He seems ashamed to be doing it, as he should be. I also think he's just trying to copy Elon Musk, who has did this as well. Obviously got a lot of attention for it. I think Steve Bannon realizes that he is losing power in the MAGA movement. It's moved on without him. And he's trying to reclaim it. I mean, when we were watching this clip, did you not feel like this is like someone who had been broken up with, who's trying to desperately get someone to like them, who just doesn't want anything to do with them?
We want Trump in 28. That's what they can't stand. A man like Trump comes along only once or twice in a country's history.
It's like, it's giving stalker vibes. I don't know. And I guess my fear around this is that the Overton window, which is the way in which we as a society view what is and isn't acceptable, has already been pushed to a place that is unrecognizable. Because I believe if this were to have happened 4 years ago, if Steve Bannon were to have done this, this would have been huge news. This would have been something everyone's talking about. But no one's talking about it now. I mean, I don't think I saw one YouTube video on this. That's why I decided to do it, because we cannot normalize this. And by not being outraged about this particular salute, then we are implicitly being complicit. We are implicitly saying it's okay. We're giving permission for other people to copy. Now, on this channel, we have shown other normal people, when they do this gesture, they do not benefit from it. They lose their jobs. They lose their place in their local town society. So there is still an unacceptability around this, but the more we see this happen and we don't say something, then the more likely it's going to happen. And before you know it, I mean, I don't know. I was literally thinking the other day, like, would Donald Trump eventually be doing this movement? What do you think? Do you think this, I mean, everything else kind of like starts from the bottom and works its way up to him. And when it comes to memes and like the propaganda he starts to spew, he doesn't come up with it. He just finds what's working and he starts to do it himself. So I would not be surprised if this becomes more and more acceptable in right-wing circles. We eventually see people either very, very close to the president. I mean, not that Elon Musk isn't, but even more close to the president, or the president himself, starting to act like this. And so this is a very dangerous, crazy time right now. And I'm just thinking about the people who in our country died so that things like this never happen again. And now they're happening again. It's a disgrace. So we can't look away from it, but let's not stare at it either. Let's make sure that we're aware of this, and also the 2028 stuff, but let's not stare at it, because we have to also be mission focused on our own side about working to find ways to win against these guys. And I have to say, when they're doing stuff like this, as the protest in Georgia against the Republican congressman has shown, people are not into this stuff. So let's remind them who they are, and then let's beat them in 2026.